when I first closed on the property, I moved in, and almost immediately one of the residents reached out and said, "Hey, I had an agreement with the owner, with the previous owner, that he was going to let me move out." And I was like, "Well, that's news to me." So I'm immediately like completely new to being a quote unquote property manager and everything, and I'm scrambling trying to figure out like, all right, is this? So I ended up working with her, and we found somebody who to sublet and take over her lease, and then I mean that gentleman is still a resident with us today, and he's one of my favorite residents. He's a guy when it snows, like we hire snow service out and everything, but he's out there like with them, like shoveling the snow, not like annoyingly or anything. But if he notices something that he thinks I would care about, he reaches out and lets me know. So, but honestly, one of my favorite stories about that building, we really try to like develop good relationships. Because you're managing and living in the unit, it's a little bit different than being like an offsite property manager, in my opinion. And so you really do like you see your residents every day. And so I think you just really need to be like upfront with them, treat them well and everything. And so, I mentioned that we waited until the lease is expired and then went in and told beforehand, we told the residents that, hey, we're going to have to come in and do some work on the unit and everything. It's going to be a couple months. So we're unfortunately not going to be renewing the lease. And, I one of the residents that we really liked, we said, look, if you can find a place for like 2 months or something, like the rent's going to go up because we're doing all this work to the unit. That's what we built into our business model and everything. But if you want to come back, like we'd love to have you. And I told them what we estimated the rent would be and everything. And so that ended up working out. So they went and found a place for, I think probably 3 months. And then they ended up moving back to the building and they're still residents. And so I thought that was a cool story.